Hello and welcome to my channel. I am ZodiacBandit, and today we're going to be going over Critical Role Campaign 3, Episode 21. However, first things first, before the episode even starts, before the recap starts, if you will, Ashley is not there this game, which sucks because she has been so amazing as Fern throughout the entirety of this campaign and throughout her portion of EXU. That it's going to suck not having her. This will be the first episode in forever, campaign-wise, that she hasn't been in. And honestly, you really feel it. Her craziness is missed heavily in this episode. Still an amazing, great episode. But I feel like that Fern factor is missing from this episode because, every once in a while, one of the other players will pipe up and be like, oh, Fern does this, instead of Fern just doing it. Which, while it technically is the same thing, it's not as spontaneous or Fern-like, which is greatly missed in this episode, and I'm sure many other people agree. Her presence is sorely missed. So anyway, to get into the actual episode, they start with initiative, as they left off last game, as they were about to fight the golems that had appeared out of the cabinets. To start combat, a little bit of breakdown, because that's technically like the first half of this entire episode. They break the glass case that the earring is inside using teamwork. Laudna puts a chisel on the glass and Ashton hammers it like someone holding a nail for a hammer. And then after that, Chetney breaks the full thing and grabs the earring and begins to make his way toward the exit. Imogen twin casts command and tells the golems to grovel. Laudna tries to run, but gets smashed by both golems, knocking her unconscious before they start to grovel. It's because they have to wait for their turn to start the command, as Matt ruled it. The party try to escape, but the other heist team has used their own rod of immovability. Is that what it's called? I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Against them and blocked the door that they used to come in, so there is no escape that way. Now they are basically forced to fight the golems, and they slowly position themselves around them and try to take them out. Imogen goes for the other door, opens it, no problems, no traps, no locks. She sees a very similar room to the other one with the same lion head trap. But she can't find the correct floor tiles that the trap will be triggered on before Orem is thrown at her by one of the golems. They kill both of the golems and now have a planning session for the other heist team. They heal and start to strategize as they set Imogen in the middle of the room watching both doors, who will use her sorcerer magic to set off the traps if the other team goes in to the room to come after them. This exact thing happens, and it absolutely decimates the other team, knocking some of the members out of that party. At the time, how many is not known. The Bell's Hells start to leave the room and slowly make their way out and find three of the other team's members in the first room of the second half of the basement. Two of them are out cold and one of them is trying to heal. One of the out cold ones is the Dragonborn leader, Hushin. And Ashton calls for a truce. And FCG begins to heal them. Two more members of the other party make their presence known as, the truce is called. The Bell's Hells. I keep trying to say Hell's Bells. The Bell's Hells lie to the other group and say that they didn't find the earring, but they aren't done quite yet because they want to get some sort of revenge on Yvonne. Leaving the Dragonborn and her troop to continue searching downstairs for the earring. They grab Vespin's journal on the way out of the basement. They go upstairs to the second floor as Ashton wants to do more damage to Yvonne than what has already been done by beating him. He feels lied to about the danger of this museum and the traps that were set inside of it. When they get upstairs, they find an office that has already been looked through a bit, except for a drawer that couldn't have been picked open. Out of pure spite, Ashton picks the insane lock and finds some papers and glasses, and he tries to rip the paper but can't, showing that it is magical. They exit out the back door that Fern had found last episode and show the earring to Yvonne, who is shocked that they bested him. And as a reward, he takes them back inside and takes a magical selfie with them, showing why all the paintings in the building are some sort of cool place or a cool thing, and then him as well in the painting, which is kind of cool because now they are now forever inside his museum. The party chooses to camp outside of the Heartmoor, just in case Yvonne decides that he is pissed off at them for stealing other things than just the earring and send a few people after him. They rest fine and go back into the Heartmoor the next day to get their horses, and so Chetney can go see the toy shop that they mentioned in the episode prior, or 2 episodes prior. Chetney goes to the shop with Orm and is amazed by the work of the owner, a dwarf woman, and buys a wooden wyvern for 1 gold instead of the 8 silver she was charging for it. He asked where she was from and where she got her tutoring of toy making. She says she's from Uthadern, which is where Chetney is from. Chetney asks if she knew Altger, which she asks him how he knew that name, and then this is where the nice talk between the two ends. She doesn't sell anything more to Chetney, as she sees him as a threat now for bringing that name up. There seems to be a lot of tension surrounding Altger. Orm and Chetney leave, and as they leave, the dwarf woman says that if he ever sees Altger again, that Zadro carries a blade at all times. On the way to meet up with the rest of the party, Orm and Chetney run into Astani, who tells them that the Lumos twins joined a group of scholars known as the Grim Verity? Verity? I couldn't quite hear Matt. I'm pretty sure it's Verity. A group based around, trying to prove conspiracy theories of higher-ups in the world. And things that I've been trying to push underneath a rug to protect these higher-ups. Astani says that if they're going to look into Ios or Yaios for information, they should seek out Ebenkai, a friend of Astani, and someone that can be trusted when they go there. The party meet back up and they leave the Heartmoor and begin to travel back to Jushar, the fucking Spire City. On the way, traveling back, they spend 3 days traveling. They look into the journal, the papers that they found, and the glasses. The Journal of Vespin is fake, written by Yvonne, so ... They try to throw it away, but Laudna decides that it's probably best to keep because it fooled them, so it'll fool other people, right? After that, they learn that the glasses are glasses of charm, or charm glasses. He can use them to charm people, which is mildly creepy. And then they also learn that the papers that they found inside the drawer can only be read in extreme colds. So they begin to use Ray of Frost on it and see a bunch of information about higher-ups in certain places. Information on them, kind of shit and dirt they're under. It seems to be some sort of spy work. Written in the same handwriting as the Vespin journal was. A certain signature keeps showing up, sp.y.sh-n. Orm rolls a high history check and seems to know some of the names, but unfortunately, this is reality kicking in, Matt said a lot of this super quick, so I didn't hear the goddamn names. So unfortunately for that part, you'll have to go to Crit Roll Stats on Twitter, because I'm sure they freaking actually got all the names down, because those guys are insane. Or you can just watch the episode again. Another page has information on Jenna Huxham, about 3 boxes that she had delivered to her, about 3 feet by 1 foot by 1 foot in size. These are strange boxes. The contents of the boxes are unknown, but Ashton remembers seeing one of these boxes on his last job with the Nobodies. But the night kind of is a little fuzzy, and he can't totally place what happened with said box. And after that, after 3 days of semi-uneventful travel, they make their way back to Jushar and start to question if they should drop off the horses, fully buy them, or what, and if the horses will get to keep the names that they have given them because they have grown attached, which is why you don't name animals that you're renting. And that's where the episode ends. Oh, and they also level up. And it seems that Travis is tinkering with going into Rogue, which is quite interesting. I feel like we're going to get a lot of multi-classes this campaign for something a little different to mix it up, if you will. So yeah, overall, that was for me, a fun episode. Super quick. I don't know why they're doing 4-hour episodes. They've been doing that a lot lately. I think the last 3 or 4 have been kind of short, versus the beginning, which were 5 hours long, or at least 4.5 hours, turning into 5. So I'm kind of missing the longer sessions a little bit. Those longer sessions allow for more RP between the players. So having a little bit less time in the last couple episodes have left some of the players or some of the characters not having that RP time. But this episode was a good use of the time they had because they had a lot to do. It was really just like the last episode where it was just heist, move, heist, move. So this one was very good like that. It was a nice end point. I was shocked that the heist ended halfway. I thought they were going to do another full heist episode, sort of making their way back out as if more traps had been set. But instead, they just kind of exited. And with their high stealth rolls and pass without a trace, they were able to completely avoid any guards and make their way back to Yvonne. So, very interesting episode. I'm hoping the next couple episodes give us a bit more RP. We've seen a handful of fight episodes, shorter fight episodes, combat episodes. So I'd like to see a lot of character stuff again. Like the last episode we have for character stuff was where they looked at Ruidus for Imogen. So I want to start delving deeper into Ashton. I feel like he's one of the characters that, hasn't gotten as much. There's been little trickles of him, just like Chetney, but Chetney is to be expected to have less going on because he came in later. But we've also had little trickles from him, but we've seen Ashton for a bit longer that I would love to see Ashton get delved into a bit more. I feel like characters like FCG we can approach later. Imogen seems to be someone we're going along with as episodes go on, and same with Orym. So I feel like Laudna, FCG are late game. I feel like we could do Ashton stuff right now, and we could do Orym and Imogen throughout the game. So I would like to see more character stuff happening. And hopefully with them being back in their home base of Jushar, they can do that. So who knows? Maybe the next couple episodes will be heavy RP, which will be insanely fun and a good time. And hopefully Ashley's back. God, I missed Ashley in this episode. Her crazy antics. Very missed this episode. So anyway, I will see you guys Tuesday. This is a bit late of a recording as I've had a busy day. So see you guys Tuesday. Peace.